My name is Elizabeth Berry, and I have been working with Edwin Hubble, the astronomer. We have been studying the sky and different clusters of stars and trying to determine if they are island universes or what they could be. We have specifically been studying the Andromeda Nebula. We have been trying to determine if the Andromeda Nebula is another island universe like the Milky Way is. Also, we have been trying to determine if the Andromeda Nebula is moving at all, and if it is it moving away from us or towards us? We have been studying astronomy on Mount Wilson in California. The weather's been great. We have been using the 100-inch Hooker telescope, which is currently the biggest telescope in the world. So a lot's been happening in the world during this time period. A few years before we started our work on the island universes and studying all that stuff, World War I had just ended, and so that's been crazy. Also, women have just recently been awarded their right to vote. And Charles Lindbergh has just completed his trans-solo Atlantic flight, and he's kind of become a national hero because of it, which is really cool. We have used some of Henrietta Swan Leavitt's research. Her research at the time of Harvard, she discovered the period luminosity relationship. Using this relationship along with our study of the Andromeda Nebula, we have been able to calculate the distance of these these star clusters. We calculated the distance of the Andromeda Nebula in particular to be 900,000 light years away. 900,000 light years away. And the research of Vester Sulfur said that the Andromeda Nebula was moving towards us at 300 kilometers per second. This exceeds the velocity of any star in the Milky Way, which proves that this cluster of stars is its own island universe. Also, with the help of a colleague, the colleague was Milton Humanson, we were able to expand on the research of sulfur and determine the velocities of all different island universes out there. And we discovered that nearby island universes were moving towards us, and that far away island universes, which most are moving away from us. Therefore, with that information, we were able to deduce that the universe is expanding. My role in this project was to be the note taker. I was in charge of all the data and keeping it consistent and just making sure we didn't miss anything or contradict ourselves or mess anything up. So I had to make sure I was very consistent and correct with the data and the notes that I took. Through our research into different island universes and the speeds of them, it has completely revolutionized the physics community and the astronomy community, and how people and how scientists have looked into these things. Also, through our experiment and our research, it has helped us determine with more accuracy how old the universe is. We went from believing the universe to be 2 to 3 billion years old to a more accurate 50 billion years old based off our research. So a lot of other scientists have been researching this study of if other island universes move or not, and one of the most notable ones has been Albert Einstein, who's been doing research on this as well. He did it a few years before us, and he came to the conclusion that the universe has to stay constant because he just couldn't fathom that the universe could be moving. And so once we published our research, Einstein actually reached out to us. And he realized, that how he must have made the mistake. And he reached out to us, and he came and visited us at Mount Wilson in California. And he was just so gracious to us and wanted to see our telescope and our data and talk to us about the experiment. And he thanked us for finding his error in his data. He said that his biggest regret was changing the data, or he didn't change the data, he added a constant so that it would say that the universe stayed constant. But in reality, he didn't need that constant because the universe is expanding. And so he thanked us for catching his error.